Hey, what's going on there, fellow delinquents? Mischief here, and I brought the Beretta APX A1 Compact Tactical out. And I still have my reservations about this pistol, but I'm working on trying to make it a viable pistol. So what did I do with the Beretta APX? Well, I made a couple of changes, mostly to the sights. And yes, that is a doggo in the background. You'll notice that these are not the original sights that came with the pistol. What are these? These are actually modified suppressor height sights for the M9A3. I found out that the Beretta sights will actually fit on there. The 92X series sights will fit onto the Beretta APX, and they will perfectly co-witness in there. And I have on top the Holosun SCS 320, and I had to modify the screws to mount it, Leupold Delta Point Pro plate, but it fits. And it works. Oh, by the way, all that stuff going on in the background is over there. They're actually going to be moving and taking down some trees. And so the reason why they're taking down some trees is they're modifying the range to push this berm out, and they're going to create a tactical pit just for me. Just for this guy. Right here. But that's beside the point. Anyway, let's go ahead and shoot the Beretta APX finally. So my first problem I was having with the Beretta APX was that the magazines. It turns out these magazines need to be broken in. I'm not the only person who experienced this problem. Tactical Considerations, another great YouTube channel, had experienced some of the same problems with his Beretta APX A1 Compact.
100% reliable. I did have one issue, and it came in the way of a bad follower here, and it would kind of just get stuck. So if it didn't work all the way, it would do that right there.
So with these magazines, if you load them and leave them loaded for a little bit and let the spring break in, they actually run a lot better. Now let's go ahead and see if this dot is sighted in. I did sight it in, but let's go ahead. Another issue that I've seen that was very common was people trying to group with this pistol. Over on TGC Gun News, they were having issues with trying to group this particular pistol.
Accuracy, aka how accurate we can be with the gun. This gun just kind of lands in that meh.
Then at 10 yards, APX A1.
Fist. Okay, so an okay group at best.
Honestly, about the same spread as Ben. I was stacking rounds in this region, but, you know, okay performance. It's okay, not great.
And the Beretta APX trigger is the biggest blame. But I've put some rounds through it. This gun is nice and broken in. That trigger's a little bit smoothed out. So we're going to go ahead and just shoot a quick group. We're at 50 feet, which is a lot farther than what their initial 10-yard grouping was like. And we'll see what we can get out of this pistol. All right. So I'm standing about 7 yards farther than what they were shooting at TGC, and there's my fist for comparison. And this is my first round flyer. I was having most of these groups shooting right here, and then a couple of them just went a little bit high. This one went a little bit high and to the right, but this pistol can group. It's that trigger. That trigger is the biggest problem. For some reason, what I don't like about it is that when you shoot this trigger, right here, it's just so creepy, and it's hard to predict where the break is. But once you've figured it out, you can group with this pistol. Alright, so we're standing at 5 yards from the target. We're just going to do some basic recoil control right here. Going to be on target, bang, bang, bang. I'm just going to press it back up on target as fast as I think I can hit it. Okay. So right there, all this right here, that gun's coming back up on target, and it's just kind of waving left and right a little bit. This one, my dot was completely out of the window, and I still hit. So, yeah. So this one, the dot was out of the window, and I still hit, even shooting at that cadence right there. So the gun does take some getting used to, but overall, it's not a bad shooting gun. All right, so we're about 10 yards from the steel, which is about as close as I really want to be. when shooting handguns, unlike some senator. So I got on me right now just a standard IDPA style holster that I picked up for cheap, and then the Blade Tech holster, which is still really sticky trying to get these mags out. Hang on one second, let me see if I can fix this. So with this Blade Tech holster, basically what's going on is it's still getting caught by this stupid little rim right here. If I pull forward and try and pull up, it does catch that. If I pull it straight up, it shouldn't be a problem, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're gonna do a 5 reload, 5 at 10. All right. So let's take a look at our group here. Windage is looking good. Elevation-wise, it's a stubby little pistol, so it's definitely going to rise and fall a little bit more than a full-size pistol, but you can definitely see a lot of up and down rising. Windage is perfect. Windage is perfect, so probably maybe need to tighten up on that pinky a little bit more. I don't really feel like I get a lot of purchase on this pistol for good recoil management like I do with maybe like a Glock or a Beretta. It's just this little taper right here. I don't like it. So when I grip a pistol, I usually grip and curl my thumb right here like this, and this taper is causing a little bit of a gap in my thumb as I'm trying to shoot. So, might be a skill issue, but we'll see. Let's play around with it a little bit more. Another thing is I don't really like this reload right here. It's like trying to fit that in there. There is no beveling right here inside this mag well. So that right there makes reloading a little bit awkward. By the way, that was a 605. First shot was a 166. 28, 29, 25, 24, 23. Oh, whoops. Hold on. No, it's a 230 reload. So we're under 30 for 10 yards. That's not a bad. That's not bad. Okay, felt better. Definitely felt better. All right, so we got a 518. First shot was a 131, so definitely shaved off about 30 hundredths of a second. We had a 25, a 25, a 22, 22, 198 reload, so we are under 2 seconds for that reload. 27, 24, 22, 22. And we are all in. We still have 100% on steel, which is great. That's definitely what I want to see. Sped up a little bit so you can see that my windage opened up just slightly. My elevation is still roughly about the same. This is supposed to be a tactical pistol, so it's meant to be... Oh, close the slide too early for that. So this is meant to be a tactical pistol. It's supposed to be meant to be used in situations where you might be running and gunning, moving and shooting while you're trying to get to cover. So let's see how well it does on that. Fired 5 shots, missed the last one. We had a 237. First shot was a 133, so my getting out of the holster is a little bit fast. It's getting consistent. So we had four on target. One of them went off to the left, so obviously my bad. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna move backwards. All right. Let's take a look at the time here. 215, my first shot was a 116, probably because I was a little bit closer, so I was able to get my dot a little bit faster. 27, 26, 23, 23. And we have all hits. All hits on paper, on steel. All right. Let's go ahead and do lateral. All right. So, I'm going to stand roughly about right here. We can start from this corner. All right. 133 again. 29, 26, 25, 26. And we have 100% hit. All right, let's go from the right, move into the left. Okay. We're right up here. right. 258 first shot is a little bit slower. A little bit slower. So we had a 29, 27, 30, and a 28. I shot a little bit slower. When you're a right-handed shooter moving to the left, it starts getting a little bit awkward on shooting because you have to kind of contort your body a little bit, and you can see I'm definitely favoring a little bit more to the left as I'm moving to the left. So it's just part of just being a shooter. You got to understand your body mechanics, but yeah, 100% hits again. So far, the only time I missed was actually when I was moving towards the target. I just pulled one shot a little bit to the left. So yeah, the gun shoots. It shoots very well. I just have a couple of personal problems with it. So the first thing is this Picatinny rail is too short. It can't fit any of my tactical flashlights. The threaded barrel, I live in a state where I can't own a suppressor anyway, so a threaded barrel doesn't do anything for me. I had to get custom iron sights to actually fit these. These iron sights, not to call out on D-Law Designs, but I got these from D-Law Designs, and I ordered one of their plates for my Beretta 92X, and the plate broke. And I didn't get a response from them, so I'm like, I do not want to advertise with D-Law Designs, but these are where I got these iron sights from. And if they can at least do that correctly, then I don't see why you shouldn't go out and get these particular sights. Their plates, I can't really recommend. The Hollow Sun's working out great. However, that green dot, I'm not really like excited about it or fun about it. I'm used to seeing a red dot, but these SCS models only come in green. And that green dot right there, I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I just need more time with it. But this is pretty much the platform it's going to be living on unless the gun breaks or unless the optic breaks. Everything else is working out fine. That trigger, once again, not a fan of that trigger. And also these magazines, not a fan of these magazines either. I don't like how they designed it to catch right here on the front because it kind of makes it awkward to pull them out of my mag holster. So yeah, rail, trigger, magazines, those are really the only three things that I have a problem with this pistol. Other than that, it shoots fine. It works. I haven't had any complaints about it other than that. I also got used to taking down the pistol itself. Just the takedown is really, really simple. You don't have to use the striker deactivator. You can if you want, but it's a complete waste of time. As far as taking this pistol down, I recommend do it just like a Glock. No magazine, check your chamber, okay? Squeeze that trigger, press down on that safety lever, take it off, and this guide rod likes to shoot right off because it's barely held in there. And that's basically all I have to worry about. Now let's go ahead and put that back on. All right. So, yeah, I mean, the pistol's fine. It works fine. So if you pick one up for a good price, I don't think you wasted your money. But yeah, that's basically what I got for you, so make sure you stay out of trouble. If you can't stay out of trouble, you're gonna learn from me. Meow.